have the greatest job in the world, and that's working with dogs.
Best in Show winner is the French Bulldog.
Winston won the National Dog Show. It was amazing. It was exciting. And to have a dog to be #1 dog in this country, you have to have great nutrition. And I always fed ProPlan. Just like us, when we eat well, we feel good. And I just love that food and what it's done all these years to all the dogs I've bred and all the dogs I've shown.
All right, you guys, welcome. Welcome to Pure Dog Talk. I am your host, Laura Reeves, and it's become something of a tradition here at Pure Dog Talk to celebrate the important milestones, right? And episode 700 feels pretty surreal to me. Since November 2016, so almost 9 years, I've been hopping in the van with you guys for your road trips and joining you on the treadmill and the lawnmower, at the grooming table, and even maybe sparking some conversations around the dinner table. And that's crazy talk. But here we are. This year, we even kicked off a new adventure with the Marty and Laura Show. Reaching out to the general public, right? Your puppy buyers, your cousin's uncle's girlfriend, with trusted, knowledgeable information on all things pet health, even the kitty cats. We've also developed a really exciting program, the Pedigrees to Pups seminar series, that are actively in the process of making those available as courses on demand. So I know that that's something you guys have asked for. I've got a new audiobook about to hit the shelves and a long list of really excellent conversations upcoming and in the archives. So the future looks bright here in Podcastlandia. I'm just a little concerned. I'm going to be talking to myself here eventually, you guys. As I watch the sport of dog shows dwindle, litter registrations drop off, and dog breeders retire, age out, drop out, give up, it really gives me pause for our future. I had a call recently from a longtime judge who's a friend of mine, and she shared my concerns about the sort of future of the sport. It's not a new conversation, guys. It's been around for at least 25 years. There's been a lot of doomsdaying. But, we're still here, chugging along. We're spread out a little more, right? Lots and lots of small shows. We're a little grayer and a little gimpier. My judge friend that called talked about all the various and sundry things she thinks that AKC's done that's to blame. I don't know. I honestly think it's pretty simple. Dog shows are expensive, right? Breeding dogs is really expensive. And it's really hard. You get the tremendous highs, but those heartbreaking lows can be super hard to take. And those of us who've dedicated our lives to this just can't understand why, let's just absolutely crater our mental and emotional and financial health in the chance of creating that one big winner. We don't get it. Like, what's up with that? But, I think there's a conversation to be had around this. One of my guests said something recently that really, really has stuck with me. In his book, Familiaris, David Wroblewski touches on a theme that I think we need to let roll around a little bit in our minds. His fictional dog breeder character describes the importance of creating something lasting and beautiful in the world. The idea of pursuing one impossible thing. That dog breeding is something like a great quest, and that it gives our life purpose. And I can say with confidence that for me at least that's true. So I guess here's my pitch. We need more dog breeders, not fewer. I've said this before, but it's really serious. We need more good dog breeders. people that put the dogs, not the profit margin, first. I mean, this is obvious. And I'm also not saying making money is a sin, right? It isn't. When you center the dogs and the breed and the buyers, you might not retire a billionaire, but you're not going to go broke either. So we've spent a lot of time this year providing content that helps people understand how to do this and how to do it well. And that's a big part of why we created the Pedigrees to Pup seminars. We had Matt Stelter from the Better Breeder Institute come on and talk about building websites and creating content that you own. And it was just really, really smart information in one of our Live at 5 conversations. You can still find those, of course, on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, which, P.S., did you guys know we have a YouTube channel? Because I feel like maybe you didn't. So check out the YouTube channel, Pure Dog Talk. It's right there. I talked to my buddy BB, who started his own YouTube channel with a Brittany litter and got all kinds of backlash on that, and then used the opportunity to educate the haters. And some of them you're not gonna reach, but you can reach a lot of them. So my challenge, Listenerland, is extend your involvement. If you haven't yet, think about working with your breeder to whelp and raise a litter with them. Decide that ribbons get dusty, but building a strong family of dogs who will go on to bring joy to hundreds, maybe even thousands of people over multiple decades, that is a vision quest worth having. It is a lifetime project that is worth your time, your effort, your investment, your blood, sweat, and tears. Because I promise you, when you start walking towards the end of your path and you look back at your body of work, so to speak, with pride and love and the extended family of puppy buyers going back decades, it is worthy of your effort. Building something lasting doesn't have to be a bridge made out of concrete. It can be as real and as warm as the trusting gaze of an old friend looking at you from the eyes of a new puppy. We don't have to buy the propaganda that PETA has sold us. We don't have to hide our dogs and our passion. We don't have to accept that the general public has zero concept of animal husbandry. We can be the difference. We can use our voices to educate us, not AKC, us. If you aren't comfortable speaking out yourself, you can share resources like this one, Pure Dog Talk, the Marty and Laura Show. AKC has resources. There's a lot of resources. You don't have to stand up here and talk to the teleprompter. You can just simply use your quiet voice to help drown the bad information. The audience that needs to hear our story is drowning themselves in too much information. We need to help them get the right information. Okay? Preaching to the choir isn't going to fix it. It's not. We don't have to accept anti-breeder legislation. We can introduce ourselves as subject matter experts and be the ones the lawmakers call when in doubt. Don't call PETA, call me. I know what I'm talking about. We do have the power of our own destinies. Somehow, you guys, we've allowed those to be stolen from us by slick slogans and people who've never bred a litter of puppies in their lives, telling us how to do what we do. And I think it's important that it's not just AKC or NAIA or whoever. It has to be us. I mean, literally you. Our numbers may not be legion, but our passion is. And it is long past time that we stand proud with that in our communities. So there you go. Do a quick check on your heart. Think about it. Are you showing your absolutely drop dead gorgeous bitch to her, I don't know, triple, quintuple, platinum, grand, whatever? How about you breed her? Or at least support someone in the trenches who's doing the work and buy a new dog. We can be the difference in whether this sport lives or dies. And yes, by the way, you can find somebody to sell you a good dog. I promise. If you can't, if you need help, just drop me an email. I'll help you. We need you guys. We need all of you to hang with it, to dream, to plan, to get knocked down and get back up again. More than once. No matter what, tragedy, horror, sadness, betrayal, it's a safe bet you're not alone. And you can overcome that, I promise. Surround yourself with positive people who find constructive ways to improve rather than finding other people to blame. Find your tribe. If you haven't already, I really invite you to join ours. Pure Dog Talk patrons community is deep and rich with support and knowledge and camaraderie and a lot of really good stuff. So stop by the website, puredogtalk.com. I'm sure you know it. If not, that's what it is. Click the patrons tab and come join us. Just so you know, everybody starts somewhere. I'm no exception. So I thought I'd share with you this great story about the starting somewhere part. Since we're on the 700 episode retrospective, 9 years ago, 2016, I didn't know what a podcast even was. I mean, like, literally no clue. And Mary kept pushing me to host this thing, and I was baffled. And so I Googled and I poked around, and most of these things I saw were just boring. They were like money or tech or just stuff I just didn't have any idea. And then I ran across a name I knew. Back in the Seattle days, I was running the Human Rights Watch Film Festival. And one of our sponsors was The Stranger, which is sort of a alternative newspaper, underground rag. The primary reason it was semi-famous in Seattle was one columnist, dude I knew to kind of wave at, by the name of Dan Savage. And Dan had a quirky sex advice column called Savage Love. And there it was, the Savage Love podcast. And I was like, oh my God, he had 500 episodes at that point. And I figured, well, I guess I'll make it a goal to have more episodes than Dan Savage. Oh, there you go. I'm past that now. Okay. I haven't managed to quite eclipse the Kinky Sex Pod, but I guess we'll have to keep trying, right? And that's kind of my circular way of making a point. Keep going. Find a way to motivate yourself and keep going some more. While you're at it, help me beat the Savage Love. Like, share, review, and subscribe. Tuck on, y'all. Peace.
Trupanion is revolutionizing medical insurance for pets by providing the best possible experience to our members. And it's not some space-age dream. It's happening now. We pay your veterinarian directly while you're checking out, and we're the only ones who can, which means you have decisions in seconds, and you don't have to wait for reimbursement. So unlike with other providers, you'll keep more money in your pocket. Ask your veterinarian if Trupanion can pay them directly, because there's pet insurance, and then there's Trupanion.